want you to get on your feet, put your hands together. If you're at home, put your hands together for the president and founder of the National Action Network, the Reverend Dr. Al Sharpton. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. What do we want? Justice. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Now. When do we want it? Hug the person next to you, tell them you love them. National Action Network, Change Choir, give them a big hand. Give them a big hand. Certainly we're happy to be with you for the Saturday Action Rally, another Saturday morning for you that are here at the House of Justice, 106 West 145th Street in the village of Harlem, and you that are listening live on 1190 AM radio, you that are also watching on nationalactionnetwork.net, and we will be shortly joined on Impact Television Network, seen worldwide. We are happy to be with you to give our weekly report on where the action is. Give a hand to our presider, Attorney Michael Hardy. Certainly we enjoyed Reverend James Duckett, his inspirational message. And as we are entering the commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the attacks at Stonewall in Greenwich Village, we're happy to welcome Cole Napa, who spoke this morning, and from the Woke organization. And I say commemoration because it's a continuation, not a celebration, because we continue to see attacks on LGBTQ and transgender people. And 50 years ago, it was Stonewall became an epic intersectional point. But let's not, in all the celebration, not underscore there must be a continuation. And for a lot of us that are not inclined to deal with that, you can't fight for anyone's rights without fighting for everyone's rights. And one of the reasons that from early in this debate about same-sex marriage when we came out and on down to me bringing Buttigieg to the Sylvias, is we want to openly confront homophobia in the black community. Ain't no use in us acting like it's not there. Some of y'all got some homophobia which justifies racism and sexism. You do not have the right to discriminate against anybody.
That's right.
So I want to stand with them. That's why when I heard that Cole had spoke off the air because Deacon Penix brought up here, I told him Reverend Sharp said put her on the air. Don't put Deacon Penix on there, but put her on there. And we're glad to have her. In the spirit of that, I want us to, one of the things that I want us to do is there was a attack on Alibi Bar, which prides itself as the first and only gay bar in Howard. Somebody went and burned the flags, the LGBTQ symbolic flags in front of Alibi last night, and I want, as the young people lead this walk for peace, Ashley and Huddle and others are going to stop by there to let them know that we in Harlem stand with them, and that does not represent the spirit of Harlem. So I want y'all to stop on the way down Adam Craig Powell Boulevard and show solidarity to, with them as we do the march, as well as I'm glad to see our brother and leader and lifetime member here, Lloyd Williams, who chairs Uptown Chamber of Commerce. Whoever burned them flags does not represent the spirit of Harlem, and we hope there is an extensive investigation, and whoever did it should be facing the full degree of the law. Nash Action Network and all of us firmly support whatever interrogation and investigation. That is not to be tolerated. And I guess they call themselves sending a message on the eve of the 50th marking of Stonewall, but we're going to send a message back that Harlem doesn't harbor homophobia. Again, let me say that at 1 o'clock, they are starting the walk, Peace in the Streets, Peace and Unity March, in light of Gun Violence Awareness Month. It's going to start 1 o'clock on 112th and Lenox, and I want everybody to be there. The young people are leading it, Huddle and Ashley, and there are several groups that are part of it. And we are certainly hopeful that all of you will join the young people. You don't have to be young to join, to march, and then they're going to march all the way up to 151st and 7th. After what we saw in Virginia Beach yesterday, nobody should convince you that you should be standing up about gun reform. And one of the things that is disturbing to me about Virginia Beach is, as most of you know, I work out early in the morning. And as I was watching the news when I was on the elliptical this morning, they don't even give a whole news story no more. You know, it was a time you see these kind of deaths and wall-to-wall coverage would be there. They do it like, okay, 11 people dead, so-and-so wounded, and Trump did so-and-so. And anytime we get to the normalizing and comfort of losing people in mass shootings, we are more and more moving toward a sick, violent society that is adjusted to madness rather than deal with it. So that's why we need to march today. Because we need to, if nothing else, you know, the naysayers will say, well, what marching gonna do? If nothing else, it makes you not adjust to this climate that this is just keeps happening. Hey, people today, well, where it gonna hit next? It was in a municipal building this time. Like we talking about some thunderstorm. We talking about folk being killed. Lives being taken, families being ruined. And President had nothing to say. Oh, now he up there to announce. Last tweet he had to this morning, he might have said something about now. But last tweet was him announcing he's going to announce his re-election in Orlando. The whole world needs to stop and deal with this madness that we're continually seeing. People being shot down in mass at their sites of worship, at business sites, and all of that. So I think that it is very timely that we meet these young people today at 112 and Lennox and stand up and march with the walk for peace. Don't worry about the baby making noise. My grandson said they can do a duet. Hollering. If a preacher can't preach over a baby hollering, he can't preach. I started preaching 4 to my mama's dolls, so I can preach anything. They used to bring me down to Alabama to see my grandma. I go preach in the woods to the tree. And I didn't come from down there, so baby don't bother me. Just relax, don't worry about it. Got a gay lady on her head, she welcome, doesn't it? Got all dressed up, come to the rally, and y'all worried about is the baby making too much noise. Let the baby holler. I see ushers and security get all concerned. Don't worry about that. I want everybody to come. Let the kids grow up coming to rallies. And they'll know where to come when they get older. Let me also say by way of announcements that it is extremely important that we take the admonition of the head of our national crisis, William Allen, who is also a district leader here, the insult of the local elections commission putting out sites with no polling booths designated to Harlem cannot be tolerated. We must do whatever is necessary, including direct action, to make sure this does not go down. If they are going to close down the polling sites in Harlem, Brother Allen, we need to pick a day and go close down the Board of Elections downtown. There's no way that this is not done to favor the rich and the white, to where you make it difficult for blacks and Latinos in New York to vote. We will not tolerate that. We will not stand for that. I'm glad the groups that have filed in court, but sometimes you need to push the court from public court, and we need to stand up, and we shall stand up on that issue. Let's welcome our Impact Television Network family. This week, we saw the continual devastation with tornadoes and other natural disasters hitting around the country. And one of the things that was really inspiring to me, our National Youth Director, Mary Pat Hector, has started a drive with our Ohio youth chapter of National Action Network to relieve some of the pain and suffering of people in Ohio. People need clothes. People need sanitary stuff, such as wipes. People need anything that you can donate. And we are getting it to the Atlanta office of National Action Network. You that are watching or listening in Atlanta is at 632 People Street. You nationwide that want to help, they got you going through summer cleaning now. Don't throw that stuff out. Send it to us so we can bring it to Ohio. That people that have lost all of their clothes, all of their houses, churches devastated. On Wednesday, Mary Pat and a delegation of our young people will leave Atlanta in vans, trucks if necessary, we get enough stuff, and head into Ohio to deal with the victims of the tornadoes in Ohio. Now, if you want to get instructions on how you can get stuff, don't send no money to Nan. Get us clothes, wipes, whatever you can, and we will direct it from there. Call us right now at 1-877-626-4651, 1-877-626-4651, and we will give you how you can get into the Atlanta office at 632 People Street, Atlanta, because we want to get as much as we can by Tuesday evening. So when they leave Atlanta Wednesday, it's all in the van and trucks headed to Ohio with Mary Pat. We're doing our national staff retreat Monday and Tuesday. She's going right back in there Tuesday night to lead the caravan out. Give Mary Pat Hector a big hand. So between our young people marching today with other youth groups, for the Walk in Peace with Huddle and Ashley and Dominique and Dominique and everybody else, and between Mary Pat, it shows the next generation of Nan leadership emerges. Leadership comes by those that are actively leading. And people keep talking about we looking for the next leaders. You don't have to look for a leader if they lead. The fact you looking mean they ain't leading. Somebody got to go and find you. You're not leading. Leadership is an obvious on the scene, in your face process. Nobody got to discover you. You discover the need to serve and serve what is needed. That's leadership. While you all figuring out how to dream to be a leader, they shooting up folk in Virginia Beach. You all trying to figure out how to get on the evening news, and they burning up LGBTQ flags here in Holland. You trying to figure out too much because you're not trying to serve the people. Greatest among you is the servant. That's why we honor every week the President, Bishop Irvin Daughtry, again here this Saturday. Bishop Daughtry developed his leadership respect from serving. He didn't develop it because he figured out a branding kind of marketing plan. He didn't sit up on Atlantic Avenue and say, now how can I market myself? Make myself a leader. He went to Graves End. He went and stood up in Howard Beach. He went and dealt with Bernard Guest. He went and dealt with A&S downtown Brooklyn. Led. If you are a baseball player, never play in a baseball game, then what makes you think somebody gonna call you a great baseball player? You always on the side, swinging a bat, and never get in the game. We don't know the difference between you and a back boy. Get in the game. And the reason why a lot of y'all don't get in the game is you're afraid to lose. The fear of failure is part of the reason you never achieve success. I'm talking to a lot of folk. Reverend Al, I need your advice on this. I need your counsel on that. Okay. What is it that you're trying to do? Well, I don't know. Well, what is it that you want to do? Well, I want to do this. Do you feel that it fits your inclination? Yes. Do you feel it fits your passion? Yes. Does it match whatever fires you up? Yes. Well, why don't you move forward? I don't know if it's going to work. So it means that you are afraid to risk losing. You will never succeed until you are not afraid to lose. You've got to be determined enough to say, win or lose, I need to do this. If somebody got to guarantee you a victory, then that ain't leadership and that's not faith. That's wrong with a lot of y'all that claim to be holy, sanctified, filled with the Spirit, is that y'all want God to guarantee the results before you take the step. That's not faith. Faith is when there is no guarantee and you step anyhow. That's faith. Faith is when you say, I'm going to take this lunch, and if I don't make it, God, you've been good to me anyhow. I thank you for what you already done if you don't do no more. That's faith. Faith is if God don't do no more, he done enough for me, I'm going to do this for him anyhow. That's faith. And I keep telling y'all, people tell me, I went to Houston the week before last on the police shooting the woman there, Turner, in Baytown. And people, do you think what we're doing gonna work? I don't know if it's gonna work, but I know it's right. No movement is guaranteed victory, but you're guaranteed that if you're on the right side, ultimately you'll win even if you never get the credit. Never get it. Year before last, at our national convention of National Action Network, people talk about, we had honored Reverend C.T. Vivian and Reverend Jackson, and they talking about how they had done many things and never got the credit, and they didn't. And I remember Reverend Jackson said that if you need the credit, you don't deserve it. And if you get the credit, you don't need it. I'm going to say that again slow. If you need the credit, if you do the work, if you stand up and do what's right, and you need the credit, you don't deserve it. And if you get the credit, you don't need it. The older I got, the less it mattered to me whether I got the credit or not, because the affirmation is in my doing the work. I don't need you to certify what I know I did. I know what I did. God knows what I did. If nobody else knows, I fulfilled the calling that God gave me. They had the viewing here last night during the other one Monday of the Central Park 5 drama that Ava DuVernay has done, which is a great job. and the Carrie Weiss and the 4 Central Park 5. Carrie Weiss again here this morning, been here every Saturday. Stand up, Carrie. Corey Weiss. And Corey did more time than the other 5. 2020, ABC did a 2-hour special on it last Friday night and explained Corey did more time because he was the only one of the 5 that tried as an adult. So he had to do 13 years. He suffered more than the others, and all of them suffered. And when they were arrested and charged and coerced, forced, can you imagine that you sit up in jail 13 years, going to bed every night, knowing you didn't do what you're in there for, and knowing that they made you say you did what you really didn't do? Imagine the psychic damage that does. Imagine what that does to your family. And we stood up for them boys, and they called us everything but a child of God. Let me tell you something. A lot of y'all don't know the story, don't know the history. This happened in 1989. Now, 1988, I was embroiled in the case. We'd done Howard Beach, where they killed Michael Griffin in Howard Beach. Black young man, car broke down, him and 2 people in the car. They went to find out if they could get help, walked up to the pizzeria. They would not serve them, chased them over down the block, over to the Bell Parkway until a car ran them over, saying they didn't allow inns in the neighborhood. And we went out there and marched and did a lot of action, direct action. They threw apples at us and bananas and all. Reverend Daughtry joined, and we went down to the day of outrage. That's 86. Trials was in 87. Late 87, we went up to Newburgh, New York, dealing with rallies on the trials of Howard Beach, getting ready to do the days of outrage, where we stopped the subways, the bridges. I'll give you the scene now. This is late 88. No, late 87. Get into early 88. And they had told the story when we were in Newburgh about Tawana Brawley. Some of the lawyers got involved. I didn't get involved until March of 88. Took Mike Tyson up there, he wanted to meet her, that's when I met her. Chick's story been told 3 or 4 months. All of 88, we in that. Did she lie? Shopped in this, all of that. In the middle of that, Central Park 5 happened in 89. One after another. The last thing I needed, if I was politically plotting, is to get involved in a case that the whole city was condemning them and calling them a wolf pack. They were already attacking me on Tawana Broad. They already was mad because we put folk in jail in Howard Beach. So any political calculus would be, you better leave this alone because these boys confessed. But that's why you do not operate based on what man says. If it is your calling, you stand up anyhow. It did not make sense in the middle of me being scandalized on Broadway to stand up for Central Park. But it didn't make sense for me to start preaching when I was 4 years old. And it didn't make sense for Mahalia Jackson to embrace me and take me around the world at 9 years old. None of my life made sense. I made up my mind a long time ago that your sense don't match what I need to do. That God would make a way. If you stand up, he'll hold you up. And I took the risk with very few others. Daughtry one of them. Or stand up for them boys. They said, well, he's really crazy now. Bad enough he got out there with Tawana. Now he out here with these 5 boys who confessed. But 30 years later, Hollywood's telling the story. 30 years later, those boys have gone from convicts to civil rights icons. If you be faithful over few things. keep telling you, you may not win every fight, but your job is to fight with all you got. And if you fight with all you got, that's the victory. I tell folk all the time, you come my way, now you mess with some of the other folk, they got to handle themselves. But you come my way, you're going to get a fight. I may not win, but you're going to know you was in a fight. They're going to have to wake you up in the ambulance. We're going to have a rumble. I remember I was a big fan and became a friend of Muhammad Ali. And we want Ali to be able to fight again. They're taking his title because he refused to serve in the war, in the armed services, war in Vietnam. Finally, after 3 years of being excluded, they let him back in the ring. And he beat 1 or 2 guys, and he's gonna fight Joe Frazier. Joe Frazier had been made champion in absence of Ali. And Joe Frazier, he fought at Madison Square Garden, and we all wanted Ali to win, get his title back. And Joe Frazier, toward the end of the fight, one of the late rounds, knocked him down, won the fight. And Joe Frazier won the fight, but went to the hospital. Right. Ali went to the press conference. And when they fought again, Ali won and kept on winning. Sometimes you can lose and just keep getting up and win anyhow. Yes, we fight some of these cases. Yes, we fight some of these laws. But we are never defeated. We just sometimes have delayed victories. But victory is going to come because right is stronger than wrong. So I want us to support Central Park 5 and watch Ava's a drama on Netflix. And we certainly want to again continue to support the Turner family in Texas and all of the cases we're fighting. But let us not forget, again, call 1-877-626-4651 and tell us what you can get to our Atlanta office. We give you instructions to help bring to the victims of the tornadoes in Ohio. I think it's really important that we all support them. They need that support. Now, it is important because a lot of y'all that talk all this church talk, you need to put church in action. We giving y'all a chance to help folk, including churches that's been destroyed. And y'all won't pick up a phone, send a shirt, a blouse, or a pair of pants that you know you can send. And then go to church tomorrow and start singing, "If I can help somebody as I pass along." There's a lot of folk you can help. I never understand Christians going to church singing, "If I can help somebody," and left 3 homeless people out in the street on the way to church. Folk travel with me, tell you. I see somebody homeless, I stop giving something. They tell me, "Well, Reverend, you know they can get up and do something for themselves, get a job." I said, they can, but I'm going to do my job. My job is to help somebody. I ain't got nothing to do with what you going to do with it. I got something to do with whether I walk by. It's not a test to them, it's a test to me. You are not judged by what you are able to assess of others. You are judged by what you do with yourself. You're so busy trying to figure everybody else out rather than go do you. Now, let me also say this, and I'm going into my message. I want to say insanity of y'all's president. the president, continues to amaze me. He jumps up now, I want y'all to get this now, and announces that he is going to increase the tariffs on Mexico by 5% a month. And it's going to go up another 5% every month till it's 25%. The biggest trading partner with the United States is Mexico. Your auto parts for cars come out of Mexico. The auto industry and other industries that are dependent on trade with Mexicans just got devastated with the announcement. GM, Ford, all of them took a hit yesterday just by saying this. Y'all that drink Patron, tell you I don't drink it, I'm not saying it. I see who corrected me though. See, sometimes a fish wouldn't get caught if it kept their mouth shut. Sometimes I thought debate and see who's gonna bite. I said Patron, about 5 people said no Patron. But y'all ready to get your Patron tonight. And it ain't no communion night neither. What kind of church you got saving Patron for communion? Whatever happened to grape juice? But Patron, all that got to go up. Why? Because tariffs are not paid by the country you put it on. Tariffs is when they import from that country and you pay a tax for the imports into the United States. That means the companies, GM's got to pay the tariff for auto parts coming in. That means Patron got to pay for the imports of the bottles that come in. How they gonna pay for it? They gonna increase what they charge you, which means all of those consumer goods are gonna go up because of the tariffs. Now Trump lied talking about Mexico gonna pay for it. Yeah, he told y'all Mexico was gonna pay for the wall too. But let me tell you where it's insane. Is what does the tariffs have to do with immigration? He's saying he's going to impose the tariffs until Mexico stops folks from coming across the border. What do the people that make the auto parts and the other goods have to do with what the government is doing about folk coming across the border? But if you live in Trump mentality, it's just acting bad, just trying to act rough and tough to people and playing on their minds, hoping that they never dig down deep saying this doesn't make sense. That they've had more people come across the border lately than they had before. In the middle of his tough policy. So all that talk don't work. Now at the same time, we saw the former special counsel Mueller come out this week. Let me say this again, because a lot of folk, I think, intentionally mislead the public. Mueller said in plain language that they would have exonerated the president if they felt that there was no crime there. That's what he said. He said we could not charge him with the crime because that was not under our purview. It's like he passed the ball to the Congress. Y'all can do this, I couldn't. But if there was nothing there, I would say that. That's what he said. Now, it is therefore incumbent on the Congress to move forward now with at least an inquiry into impeachment, if not full impeachment proceedings. Well, Rev Al, that it'll mess up the election. If you don't move forward, it's going to mess up the country. Because if you start excusing people that under investigation that there is apparent crimes that could have been committed, then what is the standard of impeachment? Once you let something go, it sets a legal precedent going forward. We established certain rules in National Action Network. Certain things that we do not tolerate, that's right, among the staff and employees of National Action Network. Over the last 28 years, there have been people that I love, dear, almost like family members, but if they violated that, the organization is more important than them or me. And you gotta have rules and laws or you will not be able to continue to exist. Nothing can sustain itself unless it is run with discipline. Y'all that follow me on my Instagram, I said that the other morning. I was blessed that I was mentored by long distance runners, not flashes in the pan. You're different between sprinters and marathon runners. Sprinter trains for speed, 50-yard dash, and I got to beat everybody else. Marathon runners train for durability, endurance, because you got to last the long mile. I was trained by people that lasted for decades. They wasn't one headline activist. They wasn't one shot on the Eyewitness News and never hear from again. Long distance runners. And one thing I learned studying long distance runners is discipline and rules and laws. James Brown, like a father to me, he was so strict on the band, if they hit a bad note, he would fine them. Well, I learned that you got to have rules. That had nothing to do with, oh, Rev, I was like Rev's little cousin, and he didn't know. The rules are more important. And if you was like my family, then you knew the rules. Hello? We used to be close enough for you to know better than what you did. I never understood these folks mess up and then tell you how close y'all was, which only means you should have known better. Hello? I don't care who you are. You know the difference between right and wrong. But if you let there be no distinguishing, and that's what they're doing with this whole question of impeachment, then you tear down the very fabrics of the whole country. You go home today, you know the difference between the bathroom and the kitchen? You don't go piss in the kitchen. And if you do, if somebody say, what is wrong with you? Talking about, well, you know, don't you love me? I mean, what kind of foolishness is that? They, for the sake of maintaining the dignity of the nation, cannot excuse the behavior of what this president is being accused of having done. Now, they say, well, if they move toward impeachment, it's only going to get his base riled up. Well, if it don't move toward impeachment, it's going to make your base feel that you are afraid and that they put you in Washington for nothing. Either you stand for what's right or you ain't the right ones we sent. These people, Lloyd Williams is breaking every rule. And all of it is a test on whether we have the guts to stand up. I ain't talking about we Democrats, I'm talking about we people, period. Don't you know that when they can shoot down a woman saying I'm pregnant in Texas, that's a test to see if we gonna let them do that and not hold them accountable? Don't you know when they can use false social media? The Russians. I will deal with this on MSNBC, my show this evening. The thing that people are not talking about is the Russians used make-up organizations on social media. It's part of the investigation that they proved to tell blacks don't vote, don't make no difference, and openly suppress the black vote and use some blacks in this country to partner with them in talking blacks out of voting, which is a violation of our rights. One of the unspoken things is nobody's talking about they targeted blacks. And they're going to target us again. Which brings you right in New York. You're going to put poles all over town and not in the black community. In your face they doing this. And you going to say nothing. We going back this week to the trial of Pantaleo. I mean, they sitting up arguing about whether a man has a right to choke an unarmed man to death on videotape. But when they move the bar so far over in the crazy land, you get crazy with them. Some of us ain't crazy. And don't allow them to do that to you. If the man has done high crimes and misdemeanors, he is therefore available and it necessitates impeachment inquiry. Just that simple. There ain't no hard, long thing. I don't need to go to law school to figure that out. Man choking unarmed man to death. Rule is you can't use a chokehold. He should be fired. Should have been prosecuted. You don't need to be no law professor for that. Some things I learned growing up. See, I come out of old school. My mother, you did this, go get the belt. See, y'all come out of all of this child could call abuse and all that. Wasn't no 311 when I was growing up. Go get the belt. Worse than the beating is I had to go get the belt I'm gonna get beat with. They weren't even nice enough to go get the belt themselves. They made you go get it. Bring it to them and whip you. Wasn't no long thing. Wasn't no you say your thing. Did you do it? Go get the belt. One thing I do with the staff, National Action Network, and my staff at Positive Nation drive folk crazy, but that's just the way I learned growing up how to think. I don't need no long explanation about nothing. If I ask you something, well, let me explain. No. Yay or nay, don't give me all that. I ain't got that much time, but 24 hours in my day. And I don't need you taking up a lot of my hours by telling me how smart you are. Yes or no? But I was getting to that. No, get right, start there. That's right. And I think that we are playing into for the nation type of policies if we do not move forward. Worry about the election, yes, but worry about the nation if we do not keep accountable those that do this. Reverend, you've got to understand that we've got to have a political calculus on these things. Well, let me say this, and this is my message for you today. We as a people never advanced with just a political or economic strategy. We only advance when our political and economic strategies for empowerment was connected to a spiritual power. That's right. And a spiritual movement that gave us the strength to push our political and economic agenda. It has always been a spiritual-based movement because we understood when Paul told us we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but wickedness, principalities, darkness, wickedness in high places. Reason why you can't win is you don't know who you fight. You're fighting a spirit of darkness, a spirit of ruthlessness, a spirit of recklessness. And until you defeat that spirit, you will never win the rest. Like my mama used to tell me, there ain't no good in them. You fighting the wrong fight. You fight people that are spiritually corrupt. Anytime people can take babies out of the arms of their mothers and abort babies that didn't decide nothing, snatch them from their mothers, put them in cages. One or two of them died, never see their parents again. That's dealing with spiritually wicked people. And until you understand what this battle is all about, you can never fight this battle. We are really part of the battle between good and evil that has always been since the beginning of time. It's really what, the Bible talks about, choose you this day who you gonna serve. It's really a battle between whether you're gonna serve God or whether you're gonna serve man. I mean, what team you on? If you're on God's team, you operate one way. If you're on another team, you operate that way. Timothy Ray used to sing, I'm on the Lord's side. Well, if I'm on the Lord's side, I got to do things that the Lord wants me to do. And one of them is I'm not going to cooperate or participate or co-sign the evil, even if it means I may lose. I'd rather lose on the Lord's side than win on the wrong side. That's the message today. What side you on? I told my daughters last night, you go to the Yankee Stadium, Dominique all tight with the owners of the Yankees. Go to Yankee Stadium. You can't say, I like baseball, I'm up here for the Yankees and the Red Sox. You got to choose a team. And you out here would not choose what team you with. If you're on God's side, then why are you trying to make folk on the other side like you? Why are you trying to make them write good stuff about you? Why are you trying to get them to approve you and sanction you? I don't care what you think about me and say about me. I'm not on your team. if you on the Lord's side, then you got to do what the Lord say do, even if it don't make sense. I was messing around Bishop George the other day, studying something early in my pre-dawn stuff, and I read that part where Moses was told he wouldn't go to the promised land. A lot of us get this messed up. Moses was not punished because he destroyed the Ten Commandments. Moses was when there was the drought and they wanted water. Children of Israel kept saying there was no water. And Moses went up and told God, we need water. There's drought. The people are dissatisfied. They're rebelling. And God said, go back and speak to the rock. If you speak to the rock, I'll make the waters flow. Moses went back knowing it would look crazy. It would look insane. It would look stupid. They'd laugh at him talking to a rock. So he hit the rock. And when he hit the rock, the water came. He gave the people what they wanted. But he didn't do what God told him. And God said, oh, you decided to be slick, huh? You gonna hit the rock because you worried about how it looks. You gonna hit the rock because you worried about people was gonna laugh at you. You gonna hit the rock because you were afraid of the ridicule. I told you to speak to the rock. I don't care if they laugh at you. Speak to the rock. I don't care if they ridicule you. Speak to the rock. I don't care if they turn their back. Talk to the rock. I've come to tell you in 2019, talk about Al Sharpton all you want. I'm going to speak to the rock. I know it don't make sense. I know it don't look good. I know you going to ridicule me, but I'm on the Lord's side. I'm on the Lord's side. I'm on the Lord's side. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Sing it like you mean it. Sing it like you mean it. Are you on the Lord's side? Speak to the rock, Lord. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. Everybody's singing. One more time, y'all. One more time, y'all. Everybody's singing. Hey, I'm opening the doors of the movement. There may be someone here today that comes to the rallies or listens to them on the radio, see them on the television, but never join National Action Network. If you're here today and never became a member, I want you to come down right now and shake my hand and let us sign you up and become an active member of National Action Network. We need you to join. We need you to be involved. We need your thoughts. We need you to be a part of this justice family. If you're here and not a signed member of National Action Network, won't you come right now? Everybody sing. Everybody sing. Everybody sing. Sing it like you mean it. Sing it like you mean it. Sing it like you mean it. Everybody sing. We're going to move quickly. We're going to move quickly so they can get everybody assembled and go down for the walk for peace. I think some on the way are going by Alibi Bar and let them know we're with them. And then go and march with the young people as Attorney Hardy and I dealing with. I got to do MSNBC at noon, but I'll be watching on live stream y'all march. Then I'll be back at 5 to do my show. Last Saturday I had Attorney Hardy on. How many of y'all saw Attorney Hardy on? He did a good job on last Saturday night, Saturday evening. He made it rain, so everybody was in the house to watch him. All right, I'm gonna raise our offering. Let's move quickly so we can raise our offering, taking our new members, and get ready for the walk for peace. Ashley and them held the rain back. He was supposed to rain after the march. So y'all ain't got to get your weaves wet. What did you say, Bro Ponder? Your Ponder said, isn't that something? Yeah, I'm going to preach that sermon, what side you're on the Ponder. Every time I turn the local news, Ponder on everybody's side. I see them with this one. Yeah, I said, what does that look like Ponder? They go with this one. Ponder's all over the place. Ponder with the Yankees and the Red Sox, same game. I got to check Ponder out. He said, not the Red Sox. Ponder outside marching on the mayor, then I see him and the mayor together. I said, well, that look like Ponder. That's why I just watch MSNBC, stay out y'all's local stuff. Don't get me confused, get me dizzy. I'm around here trying to stop them taking babies and shooting folk. Y'all arguing about furs and who gonna wear a mink coat to church. Paul asked me the other day, where you on the fur fight? I said, fur fight? I'm trying to have human beings not shot down. But y'all, you know, I'm a New Yorker, that's a New York thing. Mayor running for president. I see he's in South Carolina. You going down there, partner? That's your home. So if I see you on the news, you just gonna say you was visiting home. And the fact you got a de Blasio button on here and Camel on the other side don't mean that. All right, let me move quickly. Dominique in the back saying, hurry up, we got the march, Rev, you're talking too long. All right, let's raise our offering. I need about 10 people that can give $100 or more to come quickly. I need about 10 people. Winston Gilchrist, $100. Barbara from, no, I know Barbara Baskin. I'm saying how much? $200. Josh Currington, one of our members from way back, from the beginning when I founded, $100. Volza from Harlem Chamber of Commerce, $100. Lloyd Williams, $100. Membership, $125. Guardians, $100. All right, 50s, 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 50s. All right, Ponder, Shannon Spank Ponder out of $50. Brother John. Rodney Jones, my main man, calls me on the radio every week. That's my radio partner. Reverend Carolyn Hayes, 50. '50s, 50s, 50s. 20s, 20s, 20s. 20s. All right, 20s, 20s. Now whatever you have, $1, $5, $10, whatever you have. Come on, everybody. Let's bring the new members down. Thomas Coswell, Jan Johnson, Ulysses Love, and Jacques Edwards. Give them a hand as they come. We're certainly happy to have you join today. All men. There's some great, we need some men in this organization. Stand up and really be a part of what we're doing. Derek Parkinson is our field director for the region, and Brother Griffin is the head of the local chapter. They'll give you orientation. We want you to get involved as well and as much as you can. We need strong men in our community to stand up, and we love the fact that you came and became a part. As of right now, you are members of the National Action Network. Face the audience and welcome them. Welcome them. Welcome them to the National Action Network. Give them a big hand. Give them a big hand. All right. All right, let us all stand. Next to you, repeat after me. We're African people, robbed of our name, our language, our family, our self-respect. But we shall rise, never to fall again. Up, you mighty race. We can accomplish what we will. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. Shake hands with the one you're holding. Shake my hand before you.
March starting location at 12:45 p.m. If you would like to meet them there.